Speculation had been spreading for weeks in Kuala Lumpur about a shadow from Pyongyang who lived like a ghost in Macau, hated by some at home and oddly exposed abroad. On the morning of February 13, 2017, that shadow, Kim Jong-nam, the eldest son of North Korea's founding leader and half-brother to the country's ruler, was walking through a crowded terminal at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. He never made it to his flight. Witnesses later described a brief, surreal scene captured on security cameras. Two young women approach him from opposite sides, lean in, and smear something across his face. He staggered, gasped for breath, and within hours was dead in a nearby hospital. At first there was confusion. Many assumed robbery or a sudden medical episode. Within days, toxicologists identified something far darker: VX, a banned nerve agent. The Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons confirmed the Malaysian finding. The world watched a murder that read like a spy novel, but its truth proved uglier and more bureaucratic than fiction. Kim Jong-nam had been a public embarrassment to the ruling dynasty, known for a flamboyant past, a failed bid to enter Japan with a false passport in 2001, and later critical remarks from exile. That made him both a political liability and, as prosecutors would argue, a target. Malaysian investigators traced the attack through grainy footage, telephone records, and hurried departures. Two women, Siti Aisyah from Indonesia and Juan Thi Huang from Vietnam, were arrested and charged with murder. Both claimed they had been duped into participating, believing they were taking part in a prank for a hidden camera show. The conspiracy the investigators pieced together was brazen. The attackers had reportedly been coached. Men who shadowed the women appeared to orchestrate the operation. Within days, Malaysian authorities named two North Korean suspects who had boarded a flight back to Pyongyang. Malaysia accused the North Korean state of ordering the hit. Pyongyang denied involvement and erupted into a bitter diplomatic standoff. Embassies were expelled, visas suspended, and for weeks the case fueled a geopolitical tug-of-war. The use of VX, an internationally prohibited chemical weapon, elevated the crime from an assassination to an act with geopolitical ramifications. VX is designed to shut down the nervous system quickly and leave little obvious external injury. It was perfect for a public killing intended to confuse investigators. Forensic teams painstakingly collected samples from the airport, hospital surfaces, and clothing. The OPCW's confirmation removed any doubt that this was not an ordinary homicide, but an act with statecraft fingerprints. Courtroom drama followed the headlines. The two women's defense, that they were unwitting participants, resonated with many. In March 2019, Indonesian prosecutors asked Malaysia to drop the charge against Siti Aisyah. She was released. Juan Thi Huang faced a separate legal track and ultimately pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of causing hurt. She served a sentence largely covered by time already spent in custody. Those outcomes left a sense of unfinished justice. The alleged masterminds never stood trial in Malaysia, having disappeared back into North Korea or diplomatic cover. Beyond convictions, the case exposed mechanisms of modern state violence, how a regime could weaponize a chemical agent and recruit disposable human pawns to carry out its will in a foreign country. It also revealed the limits of international law when geopolitical interests collide. Forensic certainty did not translate into legal resolution against those widely suspected of ordering the operation. Years later, the assassination of Kim Jong-nam remains a touchstone in debates over extraterritorial repression. It forced governments to reckon with new tactics of murder and manipulation, and it left two women used as instruments of a plot that reverberated far beyond a Malaysian airport. The images, two hands reaching, a smear across a face, a man collapsing, linger as a quiet indictment. Even in an age of surveillance, the most dangerous conspiracies can still be executed in plain sight.